feel like we're on a game show or something.
That Chip says sometimes, thanks for playing.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's the snow?
Actually, it's not too bad here. It snowed in the evening and a little bit overnight, but there isn't any accumulation. And it's 27 right now. It's supposed to get up to the mid 40s today, so
Nice.
it's got to take a hit a little more further north, but definitely feeling a little bit like winter. Looks like it's pretty warm there.
It's cooling off pretty quick though. Plus the wind's howling. It's a big day.
Well, yeah, that's right. But welcome to the shoulder season here.
Right. All right, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. You got your
You're on.
great. It's a work session, whatever day today is, November 1st. The reason we're calling this is to set the tax rate for the 2019 tax rate, which will be out in 2020 as well. And I don't know what year it is. At any rate, the preliminary taxes the state has set is $10.09. That's without using any cash out of the undesignated fund balance. And the rate per 100,000, can you give me that? For every $100,000 we use in the fund balance?
Okay, just a second.
So to compare the rate from year to year, we're down $1.09, which is about a little more than 10%. So the rate's about 10% lower. The what were we, 11, 10, 18. No. Yeah, we're 10% lower on the whole rate. So the total tax bill rate for 2018 is $11.18, and the projected is $10.09. That's including the county and the school system. I don't know why that stayed so low, because the municipal rate actually went up. So 3.17 minus, yeah, the municipal rate went up 22 cents.
Hello.
Still there, Bill?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm following right along.
Okay. How we doing there, Diane?
Clement, I'm trying to navigate this so I understand. I just put in 100,000, so I'm looking for the new tax rate in the municipality. Let's see. Oh, okay, here it is. So if you put $100,000, if you use 100,000, it brings it down to 309.
Hello.
So it's about, what,
So it's about 8
cents?
cents, yeah,
8 cents,
per 100,000.
8 cents per 100,000.
And that doesn't include the overlay. Perhaps we should put in the overlay first.
The overlay being,
Can I borrow this?
That's for tax abatements.
yep,
And Stan Susi recommended 25.
25,000. So this
Well,
doesn't,
between San Souci, the utilities, and the residential and commercial values together the assessors recommended 45,000, just to keep it simple.
So you're saying, yeah, that changes the valuation by 45,000, or you're saying 45,000 in taxes?
No, not 45,000 in taxes and valuation. So let me plug in that, I'm just looking for an approval of if that's what you want to use for an overlay of 45. That's to compensate for abatements we're gonna get during the year.
So the power company agreements that we received last month are not included in this calculation, is that what you're saying?
I can't speak to that, but
Okay.
I communicated with San Souci and asked if we should have an overlay.
Okay,
Okay, he's recommended, the 25,000, and then Rod recommended the difference, and it came to 45.
okay, so plug the 45,000 in.
Yes, and that'll, okay.
Morning, Jack. Right.
Because right now we only have 15 in there, and that was last
Yeah.
year's.
The recommendation I have is 19,086. Does that
Yeah, no problem.
match with what you have?
Right, thanks.
For the overlay,
Yes.
she's at 45,000. How'd you get to 19?
I'm reading it right off the last page.
Yeah, that was something that was just arbitrarily put in,
Okay, that's arbitrary.
yes.
You know, I do think we need to err on the high side, because we had over 100 people come in and
Well, that's why,
question their tax bill.
and that's the reason why.
And
I
we're
want-
also winding down the last year of the utility lawsuit.
Okay,
Well, that overlay will also cover the agreement we made with co-op on the
right,
tax valuation.
right,
Yes.
that's why it's so high.
So I agree, 45 is what we ought to plug in here.
I agree with that.
Okay, so if you plug 45 in, what do we have there?
We get $3.19
So it went up 2 cents.
because of, yeah.
Okay, so 24. All right. Well, that's easy. So to maintain the tax rate at last year's rate, we'd have to put $300,000 off against taxes. So where that goes. So you've got a negative. Okay, so if you put in, can you do that for me?
I'm doing it, I'm putting in 300,000,
Yep.
okay. And I got to calculate that. And then it comes to $2,
It looks to me like if we take 300,000 out of fund balance to reduce the tax rate,
Right.
that would take us below the 5% minimum recommended retention guideline.
I don't think so.
Yep, just me.
So we've got, right now in the undesignated fund balance, we've got $967,554.
Right.
So that would bring us down to $367,554. And we got a municipal, I think it's based on the municipal portion of the taxes. So if you've got a municipal tax effort of $3,814,000, then 10% of that's $381,000. So it is, a little bit low. All right, I did that exercise because I knew that was going to bring us down to, it would bring us down to $2.94 on the municipal side, which is a penny off of what we had last year for a rate. If we want to run 200, see what that looks like?
Yeah.
467. 54.
That's gonna take us to $3.03.
$3.02?
303.
$3.03 a thousand.
What about splitting the difference, 250?
Well, that'll take us down under 3. Not much, though. And 250 gives us 17. $554. Where's that gonna put us, Diane?
I'm sorry, what is this?
250?
You want 250.
Being at an auction. So that's,
Or a dartboard?
okay, 250. Not gonna be that much. 301.
$299.
299. Is that the magic number? William?
I'd like to offer a little different perspective on this.
Okay.
I have always been an advocate of applying unassigned fund balance to reduce the taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, as we set the tax rate, we ended up with at a percentage of 6.9%. Retained, which was 862,700 and change.
Okay.
Now, there were a couple of times early in this year when cash on hand was running pretty darn low. And we had several things operating there, but I just want to go back to the 6.9%.
Right.
If we apply nothing to reduce the tax rate this year, the retainage is at 6.53%, which is slightly below where we ended up last year. I'm concerned that we drive it lower than that we may cause ourselves as much or more of a cash flow crunch than we had in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
The IRA recommends that what we retain is between 5 and 17%. We're toward the low side already.
Yeah, I don't know where, okay, last year we put 355,000 up against whatever. I'm not sure, I'd have to go back and look at where we ended the year, because we're trying to estimate what our end of year capital reserve or undesignated fund balance is gonna be.
You're right.
I mean, I'm happy to not take anything, but I think we've got two issues running up against each other. One is that everybody's looking at a 25% increase in their tax evaluation, and if we do nothing, I think we've got a close to a, what is that? 12% increase in taxes. So
I have two thoughts, Bill. We have two savings accounts out there that don't figure into the budget. The first thing is, it's the $81,400 that's sitting there with libraries that we discussed with Mrs. Sawyer about. that's really a savings account, because if it doesn't get used this year, it's money that's been collected. It's a savings account. The
Right,
other,
and that money is already spoken for in the project that's going on at the library, so that doesn't factor into what we're talking about here.
Right.
All right?
and the,
But what factors in here is the money that we approved out of current expenditures toward the library, and that's all in this number we're looking at.
and the other savings account or source of money is the block grant that's outside the budget. The double payment we got.
Right, and we can, that's right. But again, that's all money that doesn't affect the current commitments.
So, just so we're on the same page, Bill,
Yep,
are you calculating the reserve at whatever, 8% from the municipal effort or from the whole tax effort?
I'm looking at the current preliminary tax rate form
Right,
that
Right here.
right, so the top line is $10.09, I'm sorry, $10.09?
$10.09 total tax rate. If
Okay.
you look at page 4 on that worksheet, which is the fund balance retention page,
Right,
see, and it's,
so you're saying we're below the 8% currently, so we should not take anything?
yes,
Okay,
that's, and I, again, as I said, this year we ran into a couple of squeaky spots. Because fund balance, what we work with now and at the end of the year is really a snapshot. It changes all the time. So all we can look at with respect to setting the tax rate is this year's snapshot against last year's snapshot. We were toward the low end of retainage last year,
right,
and we did get ourselves in a couple of squeaky spots in terms of cash on hand to pay current obligations in the mid to late spring, which is, the times we're going to be running short on cash, when we do, is going to be before we collect the mid-year taxes and before we collect the end-of-year taxes.
right.
So those are the times when the pool of money is going to be dwindling small, and I don't think it's responsible for us to have it dwindle so small that we may then be choosing which bills we're going to pay and which bills may have to be.
Well, I feel pretty confident, we're at 967,554 currently, that
Right.
by year end, we'll be up into the $1.1 million area.
Well, again, yes, that's right. The end of year, the cash on hand figure. This is a projection. And all we have to work with are snapshots because it does vary all the time.
Right,
But this is the snapshot that we have today that suggests that we have about $100,000 more in unassigned fund balance than we did last year. But as a percentage of the total commitment, it's lower.
right,
The total commitment's up about $2 million from the
900,000 on the municipal end. And so
Right.
that's our library right there.
It is, right.
Yeah,
So, everything is up some, all right? On the municipal side, we're up some, but what we have to pay is 14.8. That includes money that we collect for the county and for the school district and pay to them. So even if our obligation for the town was down, which it isn't, we still have to collect for it and have money on hand for these other bills.
right. All right, you wanna make that a motion?
So I will move that we don't take any money from unassigned fund balance to apply for the tax rate this year. And I'd be happy to make a motion for setting the tax rate, but I don't have the overlay adjustment on the sheet that I'm looking at.
So what do you have, Diane, for that number?
What number are you looking for now?
You added some overlay
Yes, 45,000.
and take out
Right.
any contribution of,
Yeah, that comes to $3.19 for the municipality.
Okay,
$3.19. So we're going up to $10.11 by the looks of it.
so,
Bill, can I ask a question? This is Lloyd.
Can
yeah,
I'm gonna
you
second
gotta clear it with the chairman though, not with
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna second your motion and then open it up for discussion.
I'm concerned about the tax rate going up. Would you be willing to compromise and take the overlay out of the fund balance?
Well, the tax rate actually went down by $1.08.
I'm just offering a compromise.
So what you're saying is to just, to leave the overlay at the 19,000.
No, I'm saying, change the overlay to 45 because that's financially responsible. But take that 45,000 out of the fund balance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know that it makes, it's a Pyrrhic victory at that point in time. I think if we've made the move to the $10 rate, I think the most that's gonna affect is to bring it down to maybe 10.04,
It comes down to $10.08.
10.08, so it's a penny. I guess I'm gonna say I'm not in agreement with that, but Bill, what do you think?
My sense is the same as yours. It would be great if we could, keeping the tax rate below $10, I think, would be terrific, but I just, to do that, we're really driving that,
Well, let's
fund
do-
balance low.
Let's do,
So I can't support that.
can we plug in, Karen, Diane, can we plug in a tax rate and have it generate the amount of money that needs to get there? Or we just gotta guess as we go?
It doesn't allow me to do that.
Okay, so it's a penny for every 40,000. So 10 cents is gonna, it's gonna take $400,000.
I'm ready to move the question.
It's gonna take us out of, take us below 5%.
I'm ready to move.
All right, the motion's been made and seconded, that we're gonna have the tax rate remain at $10.10. And
11, right?
11.
10, 11?
$10.11.
Okay.
All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we're in agreement. The only other. What was the other thing we had to talk about? Hold on. What the phone bill? I signed a letter with regard to the tax problem we had
On Sodom Road.
on Sodom Road. And
I have nothing.
yeah, and on Monday, you're gonna be back Monday?
Yep, I'll be there Monday.
Okay, then I'll report on budget committee then. All right, I'm gonna adjourn the meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
Hey, Diane,
Yes,
would you, I would like to review the checks and sign them first thing Monday morning before our meeting. So if you could not just hold them with the package, I'll get them 8 o'clock Monday morning.
yes, I can do that.
All right, I appreciate that.
Travel safe, Bill.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, guys.
You too.